Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Sasha with Divine Healing Journey, and as has been the trend so far, we are diving into another collective reading together to see what my collective needs to know, needs to be aware of, what messages want to come forward from my collective. These are always timeless readings, woo! So trust that you find them when you need to hear them, and use your intuition and judgment to make sure that these messages actually are for you. And yeah, let's get started. So we start off with the Five of Swords and the Hanged Man. So I'm feeling this kind of stuck energy where potentially around a conflict. It could be an inner conflict of the mind. We'll keep going and see. Tell me about this. Five of Swords and Hanged Man. Okay. Ooh. So we also have the Knight of Cups and the World. Do I have space for one more? I think I do. Let's get one more and then we'll get started. I'm kind of getting this feeling. Oh, there it is. This is the one that wants to come up. So let's go bottom of the deck. We have the Ten of Wands and we have the Three of Cups. So let me just take a look at my screen, see if I can make all of this fit. I may have bit off more than I could chew. More than I could chew. Let's see. Maybe a bit of overlap isn't the end of the world. Let's see. I can do this. We can do this. So the Five of Swords, the Hanged Man, the Knight of Cups, the World, the Three of Cups, and the Ten of Wands as bottom of the deck energy. Okay, so because everything happens for a reason, right? The way all of this has been playing out is telling me that it kind of feels like a mind game. You know, the conflict I was getting here. And it's like you're trying to figure out how to put all of the pieces of the puzzle together in a way that fits and that makes everything clear for everyone involved. I'm getting the sense there might be a bit of overextension here, but that could be only for select few. And I have 222 on the timer as I say that, and I'm looking at the Knight of Cups. So this could be a conflict in the matters of the heart, maybe. Maybe you have more than one person that's, you know, hovering in your environment, hovering in your energy, and you're wondering which way to go. This is kind of confirmed to me with the Three of Cups, which is kind of giving me third-party interference. But with the World card, it's like the end of this. So what message is here, Spirit, for my collective? There's like this need to focus on yourself and your own perspective and how you want things to happen in your own life. It's like stopping to give other people power over you, especially with the Ten of Wands. It feels like you're now in an energy that just feels burdensome. And pardon the cat. So the Ten of Wands, the Lovers, and the Sun. Okay, so very clear message. So when you're done playing these games, when you're done putting all of this third-party gossip, you know, lower vibrational people and energies and circumstances out of the way is when an actual loving, worthwhile relationship and divine masculine energy specifically can come into your life. When I talk about divine masculine, divine feminine, I'm not talking about genders, I'm talking about energies. And we all possess both, but we tend to have a dominant energy either way, depending simply on who we are as a person, not on what our body shows us to be. So all that to say, you're probably a divine feminine. I'm kind of getting a soft energy in this pile, so I wouldn't be surprised if you are a divine feminine energy. But it's really this sense of putting yourself first in your own life and to stop giving credit to people who don't deserve it, you know? Stop. How do I want to phrase this? There's no need to be involved in drama anymore. It feels like with the World here, the end of the cycle that wants to come to fruition here is one where you stop giving away your power to people who just want to get a reaction out of you, or who just want you to stay confused or to fight for what it is you deserve, or, you know, bad energy like that, especially with this Five of Swords. It feels like, and the Hanged Man, it's like changing your perception or your perspective on what feels like conflict perhaps in your love life. Or even just with, you know, friendships or, you know, work workplace environments, people that are around you that are trying to make you feel like they're good for you, but ultimately they seem to always be sabotaging or something like this. And I feel like you're really at the end of the rope here of what you're allowing, what you're tolerating from others, the kind of bullshit that you're tolerating from others. Because like I said, I'm getting really like gossipy third party vibrations from this card. And it's like you're called to choose to be the one to remove yourself from that because you just don't want to go through that bullshit anymore, you know? And you're really at the end of this cycle, and it's up to you to choose that for yourself so that something better can take place. So I just want to get some clarifiers here from Spirit. We have the Empress bottom of the deck to start. Interesting. Let's see what comes out. Let's see what comes out as clarifiers for this situation here for my collective. Let's see. What should my collective do with this? How do they end this cycle? How do they move forward? Well, I mean, I did feel the energy of needing to be the one to take yourself out of those situations and not allow it to continue. We have the Four of Swords, Truce, and the Knight of Cups again. Interesting. So it feels like you're going to be your own savior here. Don't wait for someone to come in and be the one to give you what it is you're hoping for. Be the one to give that to yourself, is what I'm getting from these cards. Because the Four of Swords is a card of rest, right? And here we have truth. So it kind of goes back to what I was saying of removing yourself from that so that something better can come in. But I do kind of feel that you are this Knight of Cups and you are the one that's going to be able to give yourself what you want and what you need in terms of loving energies in your life, whether it's a romantic relationship or just friendships or, again, a work environment, a workplace. What else do we need to know about this? How can my collective best embody this Knight of Cups? Because this feels like forward momentum and a loving energy, but that it's also supported by its environment. So how can my collective get there? Do this. What is this that needs to be done? You have the Prince of Wands. So in this deck, it goes Page or Princess, Knight, Prince, and then King and Queen. So this is kind of like an extra suit card, Prince of Wands. So it's like a step above the Knight. So it kind of feels to me like transforming your energy potential into something creative and something that gains, you know, faster and faster momentum as it keeps growing. Yeah. My cat really wants to be part of this reading. Big surprise. No. Needing attention. I feel like maybe you're the one needing your own attention at this point in time and to, like I said, bring your focus back to yourself. What else does my collective need to know about this Prince of Wands? How does this transform or what is the best type of transformation? Four of Wands. So maybe there is, like I said here with these cards coming out, maybe there is a partnership waiting for you to come out of this energy and moving forward with the momentum of being your own provider of love, you know, being your own source of love and support. And when this transforms, it feels like someone is finally able to come in because you're not in this Ten of Wands energy anymore. They have the space to come in. And then we have the Emperor coming back up again. So definitely someone waiting on you to be in your own personal power before they have the energetic space to come in. So do tell me more about this person, please, Spirit. And this, if it's not an external person, it could simply be that you become way more creative and you allow yourself to be creative and to do what it is you actually want to be doing with your life instead of waiting on others to give you what it is you thought you wanted. So final clarifiers here, please, Spirit. What else does my collective need to know? Tell me about this Emperor. Tell me about this Emperor. Two cards. One card, two cards. We'll see. We'll see. There's like this energy of needing to detach from being the one. Wait, let me translate this. It feels like a call of, yes, you need to bring back your energy to yourself to move forward the way you want to, but that you do not have to do everything alone. It's kind of the energy I'm getting out of this here. Okay. It's like, clarify the Emperor. We have the Ten of Pentacles coming out here. So I'm really getting the idea that you're going to be crafting your own success. And when you're on that pathway is when the people that you need to encounter are capable of being in your energy. So we have bottom of the deck, Six of Pentacles, success. So definitely you're on the right track and you're doing what you need to be doing to get this to come to fruition. or that's the call, you know, if you're not doing it yet, then I feel like you already kind of know in which direction you want to be going, but you're kind of, sorry about that, you're kind of waiting for someone to give you the go ahead. And this is kind of telling you, you are the only person who can give you that go ahead. So it's up to you. Pull back your energy from people that are trying to sabotage you, or keep you small, or keep you back, or trying to keep you entangled in like the vines of gossip and all that low vibrational stuff. So I'm really getting the sense here that there's a call for you to become your own creative master. I'm not really sure what that means. Maybe it's specific to some of you listening to this. And I'm really getting a tickle in my throat here. So maybe it's just about expressing what your own wants and your own needs to yourself primarily. And from there, honoring that, honoring yourself, honoring what it is you actually want to be doing, and following that path for yourself. It's like detaching from the need of validation, or the need to have someone tell you, oh yes, you should do that. Choose that for yourself. Do that for yourself. And move forward in your own life as your own, you know, life master. I'm not sure how that's trying to come forward. It's like you have all the tools and you have everything that you need. And like I was saying, it's like you're waiting for that go ahead, but you're the only one who can give it to you. And when you are firmly rooted, planted on that path of creation, is when people that can help you and support you are going to be able to come in. So I want to get some clarifiers here. Genesis. So yeah, a complete renewal. It's kind of like doing almost a 180, but it turns out to be like a 360. Like it's a full rotation, but in a new direction. So I'm not really sure how that works mathematically. But it's like giving yourself the right to start in your life how you want to be living it, and not waiting on other people's approval. So anything we need to know in regards to this energy, how to access this, what can my collective focus on to help this come to life here? One or two more, please, Spirit. Okay. One more. There we go. And so bottom of the deck, we have faith and wisdom. So, you know, having faith that you have the tools that you need already at your disposal, and the wisdom to understand how to use them to best suit you, to best help you move forward the way that you want to, the way that you're being called to. So first we have, I feel like I want to see this one first. It's renewal, happy renewal. So this feels to me like a new beginning, kind of like what we saw with Genesis there. It's like starting fresh, but not from the beginning. Starting fresh from where you currently are right now and just going from there. It's like getting this boost of energy to start over in your life. I don't know. Please let me know in the comments how this is resonating for you, and, you know, your own specific journeys if you feel like sharing. I feel called to say that this is a safe space where you're going to be loved and respected no matter what. And I feel like that's kind of the energy that is going to help you get started in this process, is to like start over where you are right now as a renewed energy of hope and faith, or what was it? Faith and wisdom that we had previously. And you're protected doing this with my hand here. Protection. I'm going to pull them out. So we have Amon Ra creation and Anubis transformation. So definitely a journey of deep personal transformation. And Anubis is, you know, the one that brings you to the underworld, that gets your heart weighed with, I don't remember the name of the beast, but like Ma'at is the one supervising the weighing of the heart against a feather. And it's like, in this case, it's your own personal self-transformation in regards to, you know, kind of evaluating everything that you've been through, all the choices that you made in your life, and how you feel in regards to that. And with the snake symbology very strong here with protection, I'm getting the sense of shedding this old layer, this layer of old that I feel it's kind of like you're growing out of your body where you were. Like it may have served its purpose up until now, and now it's kind of the confirmation that you're looking for to say, like, you've done all you can in that energy. It's time to shed the skin and move into a new path, a new energy, something that's more representative of who it is you really are as a soul, as a person, and not who society has been telling you, well, you know, this is how we live life here on earth. So you got to do this in order. And if you don't do that, well, we don't want you. And it's like, you can put that thought in the garbage and actually start honoring your truth and honoring yourself for who you are and for your own unique gifts and abilities. So again, we have this energy of creation that I was picking up on with these cards here, of allowing yourself to take the steps that you actually want to be taking instead of the steps you're being told is what is logical and what we do here on earth, you know? And that is what's bringing you to this Ten of Pentacles energy of having everything that you want. It's when we start honoring ourselves and honoring our truth that we can tap into this energy and bring forward like our true worth being represented in our external circumstances, instead of being stuck in these low vibrational, everybody does it, everybody's the same, one size fits all kind of society that we're currently living in. Anything else I need to know from these cards, Spirit? I'm really drawn to the protection card here. Why? What do I need to see? It's kind of giving me the vibe that you have to be your own light in the dark and to trust the inner knowing and the inner knowledge that you have access to through your own intuition, through connecting with source from within. Yeah, really just clearly that message that you are your own guiding light. Don't wait for others to be the light for you, because they're just going to lead you astray. You have to follow your own path, what it is that you want for you. And for some of you, it's kind of the need to be selfish in that regard, to say, like, even if people are going to talk badly about you for choosing to do something different, or, you know, they're going to discourage you because it's not well known, it's not the well-beaten path, it's not like what people do. It's kind of like taking all of those things and throwing it in the garbage where they belong and just choosing yourself. Maybe for once in your life, for the first time in your life, you choose to put your own priorities first, your own, you know, passion projects, or like putting your own needs and wants first and choosing to go for that. Choosing to go for you. Choosing you, really. So let's see what else we need to know here, Spirit. What advice, what guidance, what does my collective need to know, need to hear? Serendipity. Being at peace, really, with the fact that you are allowed to be the own master of your own life, you know? You're allowed to have the reins in your life. You're allowed to be the one that guides things the way you want them to go. And I'm really drawn to the 4-leaf clover here. So like, it's like the more you follow your intended soul path, soul purpose, what it is you actually want to be doing, the luckier you're going to experience your life getting. What do I mean by that? I mean, when we start being in flow with what it is we actually want to be doing, the reason why we're here on earth, the reason our soul wanted to incarnate, it's like, it might not be apparent at first, but the more you tap into that energy, the more you build that momentum, the more it seems like everything just aligns, and like you feel lucky because everything that was waiting for you energetically is starting to show up, and it feels like luck. It looks like luck. It's like, oh, I suddenly got this promotion, or I'm being moved to this place, or, you know, however it shows up for you. It's going to feel like a string of good luck, but really all it is that you're aligning with your soul purpose. And it's like your soul, when it decided to come here, laid out this path of like every possibility that you could go through in your life, and your choices determines what path you take on this soul blueprint, if you will. And it's like when you start aligning with the path of your highest good, of being aligned with your purpose and doing, you know, your soul mission, or however you want to call it, it's when you're going to start living the life of your dreams. And it may not start off that way, like immediately, but the more you trust yourself, the more you follow your soul path, the more attuned you are with where you want to be and where you want to go energetically, the more it just shows up in your external reality as already part of your journey, because that's always where you've been meant to go. So it feels and it looks like a lucky break, but really it was just waiting for you to align to that energy, to give you the tools or the path of like the most joy, the most success, of least resistance, as Abraham Hicks says. So we have the here and now. So this is to me a call to really come back to yourself, like I was saying. And with this egg here, I'm really strongly getting that energy of renewal, of a new beginning, with the World card here too. It's like we're getting rid of the old, we're letting the past in the past, and we're focusing on the present moment with an idea of what we want our future to look like. We don't become controlling about it. We allow, but by being present and by listening to our intuition inside of ourselves, that's what's going to align us to the path that we want to actually be on. So what else? What are their advice or anything? Okay, and this one. All right. Bottom of the deck, we have orphaned. So, you know, you may feel really isolated when you start choosing yourself and start putting yourself first in your life, because everyone that was used to you being a certain way, they don't have access to that anymore because you're choosing to change your ways, right? So it could be that you lose a lot of friends, or even some family members may be against the idea of you being sovereign in your own life. So there may be a period of isolation. I was kind of getting hermiting with like this card of being your own guiding light. It may be that you feel isolated and alone, but I mean, how else do you come back to life? You know, if you metaphorically die and come back to life, there's this period where you are going to be on your own, and it's not something to fear. It's just part of the process of shedding the skin. It's part of the process of growing into a new life, you know? So we have round and round, and we have co-create. So I'll start with this card here, round and round. This to me talks about, you know, the spiral of personal evolution. So if you look purely on a surface level, it just looks like we're going around and around in circles. But if you take a 3D lens to it, it's like this spiral that keeps going up and up and up, right? So it feels like you're going in circles, but really every time you level up, if you will. So even though you're starting at the bottom, you're starting the stairwell, and you slowly keep growing up and up in your own personal evolution until you're at your highest good timeline, where, you know, as a soul, that is the end goal. You want to get to a place where you're just happy with your life. You're happy with everything in your life because you haven't, how do I want to say this? You choose to honor yourself and your truth instead of bowing down to other people's decisions of what your life should look like, you know? You're honoring yourself. And by honoring yourself, you're co-creating with the universe this life that you want to see as your everyday reality. But, you know, it's a step-by-step journey, kind of like this spiral staircase. You need to go up one step at a time. And it may not look like much at first because you're just like, oh, well, I'm taking one step. Yeah, okay, but you're taking one step up, and then one step up, and then one step up, and it keeps building. And that's how you create your momentum. And the more you choose to listen to yourself and to trust yourself and to follow your intuition and your soul speaking to you, the more those doors of co-creating with the universe open up. And like I was saying, it's like it's all just already waiting for you to choose to align to it. So even though it's one step at a time, it brings you like a different pathway and a different pathway and a different pathway. And you are going to have people who try to take you out of that try to distract you from that try to get your attention away from what you actually want to be doing, because they unfortunately don't want to see you level up. And that's the unfortunate truth of the human beings, is that they're kind of like crabs in a barrel, where they're like, instead, and I'm not talking about everyone here, but those who choose to stay stuck in the 3D mentality don't want to see people level up, because then it kind of shows them like, hey, what are you doing with your life? Why are you choosing to stay stuck and stagnant? You know, people would rather we not succeed because it makes them look bad in their own opinions, because they're not succeeding the way that we are. We have to leave that in the garbage where it belongs. Anything else here? So final advice. With these cards, I want to see what's blocking you, what's holding you back here. Anything my collective needs to be aware of that can help them shift and change, or being in this co-creative energy. So we have doubt. So definitely doubting yourself. I release the need to know all the answers. And this is part of surrender, you know? We don't need to always know where we're going. We just need to trust the information that we're giving, even though we're not seeing the results we're hoping for immediately. We live, unfortunately, in a culture of immediacy. Everything, validation, everything is instant. And it's like we have to put that in the background and come back to living in the present moment, where not everything is instantaneous, and that's okay. And just because we're not seeing what we want to be seeing happening like immediately does not mean it's bad, does not mean it's not happening. It just means we need to breathe and be in our present moment and let things unfold how they want to unfold. And it's so easy to doubt ourselves, especially when we're starting out in this journey, because we're not used to listening to our intuition, and we're not used to having to wait for what it is that we want, because we're so used to everything happening immediately that we have to get okay with the thought that things take time. Good things take time, as they say. Exactly. Surrender. I can release my need to control. And this is where doubt often comes up, where it's like this urgency of seeing the results, because we need to be validated in our, okay, I was right to trust my intuition. This is where surrender comes in, where it's like, I don't know anything. I don't control anything. I just know that this was my guidance and I chose to do it and listen to it. And I am open to good things happening from there. But sometimes it can take time, and it's not something to be afraid of or to be scared of. It just means to have like to practice this energy of what was it? Faith that we had earlier with Isis as bottom of the deck. And it's using that wisdom too of knowing that I did what was aligned with me, with my soul and my purpose. And now I can wait for this to come to me. And like I said earlier at the beginning of the reading, this feels like a divine feminine energy to me. And the power, the strength of the divine feminine is that she is stationary and she is a magnet. She attracts everything that she needs. So it's putting out this intention, letting it go, releasing it, and then letting the results come back. In the same way that when you plant a seed in the ground, you don't go back each day and take the earth away and be like, oh, has the seed grown? Like, no, you let it do its thing, and then you reap the rewards when the seed sprouts. And you can collect whatever it is you want to collect from that seed. So it's kind of like just trusting the process here. Anything else, Spirit? Closing cards here. My collective needs to hear. Okay, so these two. So we have service. I feel good when I can help others. And in this case, I'm kind of feeling that it's also when you can help yourself. Like I was talking to people here that felt to me like they were always of service to others to their own detriment. And I feel like this is kind of like shifting this, where it's like, it's okay to put yourself first in your own life. And by doing that, you become of service to others because you are in your own sovereign energy and you're not betraying yourself in service to others. And there's this, especially for women, you know, we've been taught to stay silent and to serve and to be subservient and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, we need to unlearn that shit because it's just damaging to the self. It doesn't serve any purpose other than for us to be obedient and controllable to the males, unfortunately. And I speak, again, in general terms. It's not everybody's reality, but it is an unfortunate reality for a lot of the women out there. And it's like, we're here to break that mold. We're here to break through, to break clear, to you know, liberate people from that train of thought that is just damaging to women everywhere. And yeah, like I was saying, putting yourself as your own priority in your life automatically shifts you into being of service to others, because by honoring yourself, you are giving yourself all the tools and all the ingredients you need to make your own life better. And when we rise in vibration, then our environment also rises in vibration because it has to, you know? We are the creators of our own reality here. So when we choose to raise our vibration, our frequency, what happens internally also happens externally. So our environment also has to upgrade that way, you know? And that's when we can lose people when they choose that they don't want to level up energetically, vibrationally. They are repulsed out of our lives because they just do not fit the vibration. And we shouldn't be seeing that as a bad thing. On the contrary, if they're meant to be in our lives, it's going to push them to do the work on themselves so that they can evolve and join us on that new, better frequency for everyone, better for everyone. And finally, we have relationships. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. So this goes exactly with what I was saying. Don't be afraid of losing people because, like I said, if they're meant to be in your life, they will come back evolved. And if they're not, then honestly, you're just shedding weight, unnecessary weight that's just dragging you down. And like I was saying earlier, the moment you step onto your soul pathway is when everything good starts happening for you. And that includes, you know, your soul tribe, people that just bring you, that uplift you, that bring you energy instead of draining you. Everything upgrades with your own choice to upgrade your own vibration and energy. So I think this is a beautiful place to leave it. If you feel like liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, whatever you feel is good for you, please do so. It always helps the channel. And I'm always happy to hear about you, if it's from like direct messages or even in the comments, whatever feels good to you, you know? It goes back to this idea of honoring the self. So leaving it here, sending you love and light, all my love. Take care. Talk soon. Bye.